Welcome to the Purpose Driven Mom Show, episode 385. Today, I want to talk to you about how you can become the home CEO. I want you to start looking at your life and your home goals a little bit differently. I recently did a challenge where we planned out the end of year, right? Now it's December. We actually are starting today the 2024 planning. So you can head over to a purposedrivenmom.com/2024 planning if you want to join us and plan out your vision for 2024. But in the last challenge, I talked about this concept of being the home CEO. And I want to tell you a little bit about what that is and how, when you look at your home CEO tasks differently than your personal goals, you will actually make more progress. I work with a lot of moms who are thinking about starting their own business or they're in the beginning stages. But I also work with moms who don't have a business and they want to know how they can use these approaches, frameworks, and tactics, the methods that I teach. They want to know, how do I use these in a way that actually has me looking at my home like a business? And that's what I want you to do. Oftentimes, when we go about our chores, that's how we think of them, right? I've got to do the laundry. I've got to do the cooking. I've got to do the cleaning. I've got to manage my home. We take those on as our personal goals. My goal this month is to do a new meal plan, right? Maybe you've said, my goal this month is to get a new cleaning routine going on. Those are great goals, but those aren't your personal goals. Those are your home CEO goals. Your personal goals should be the ones that light you up. These are the ones that are about the books you want to read and the hobbies you want to take and working on things like your marriage or your friendships or your health or your spirituality, your growth. Your personal goals should be that personal. They are about you. Your home is not who you are. But for many of us moms, I feel like we take that on, right? We assume and we think, this is who I am. I am mom, therefore I am the home. But really, you're not. And when you can separate out the home CEO tasks and your personal goals, I think what also happens inadvertently is you start to remember that you are a person again. I'm Cara. I'm also mom. I'm also the home CEO, but I'm Cara. And for many of us, as we go into the holiday season in particular, as we're getting ready for next year's goals, many of us just assume the role of mom. I want you to think differently. Again, that reminder that you're more than just mom. So when you start to look at your tasks as these are my personal goals versus my home goals, then you can start to separate those out. You're in charge of your home, but I want you to look at it as a job, right? Your home is another role, another job, another thing that you do. It's not who you are. So what is a home CEO? For many of us, if we're looking at stereotypical, like gender normie things, that falls on us as mom. And I always say, I feel like my life is a little bit of a mix of I'm a working mom and a stay-at-home mom. A lot of the traditional home management tasks fall on my plate, even though I'm still working 30 plus hours a week, right? I'm just doing it outside of my home. And one of the things that changed for me was when I stopped thinking that my home goals needed to take precedent over my personal goals. Here's the thing. When you're a home CEO, you still need to manage the things. They still need to get done. But what I want to start to flip on its head for you is how you look at them. So as you're planning 2024, as you're starting to think about what you want post-holiday craziness, I want you to ask yourself, how can I run my home like it's a business and I am the CEO? I am in charge, right? I always say to my husband, like, I'm the CEO of the home, like you're the COO, and we do it together. It's not like I'm the CEO and he's an employee that works for me. We're doing it together, but I'm going to be real. Most of that stuff falls on my plate, right? He helps out. We do things together. We make decisions together, but most of the traditional things fall on my plate. So I started to look at being a home CEO, and it allowed me to kind of take those things, get the emotion out of it, right? If my house isn't clean, then I'm a bad mom. If my meals aren't what look like whatever, then I'm failing my family. And instead, not make it about me, but make it about the role. Does that make sense? So I want you to think of your home and ask yourself, what are the areas in my home that I want to work on in the new year? What are my home CEO focused goals? Okay. And when you separate those out, you can then say, okay, if these are home CEO focused, where are my personal ones? So I teach a concept of 4 different types of goals. Let's walk through them today. I'm going to give you some examples of typical home CEO tasks. And I want you to think through which ones make the most sense for you. Okay. The first type of goal I teach is a numerical. Numerical goals, these are the ones that you can easily break down by math. So I would say to myself, looking at my home as a business, right? What are the things in my home that are numerical that I'd like to get done? All right. Numerical goals tend to be, numbers based. So this could be, maybe you have a finance goal. Now, Cara, could a finance goal be personal? Yes. So don't there's gray areas here. Finance goal could be personal, but if your goal is around your home budget, I would say that's a home CEO task. You might have something about the certain number of times you want to do something. That's a numerical goal. Like our family wants to do XYZ this many times. What are some things numerically that your home needs to work on? And I think here's the key here. Again, this is the mindset shift. My home needs to work on them, not me. Because when we say it's me that has to work on the cleaning, the cooking, the maintenance, the routines, it is rooted in this shame in our brains of, well, it's not working because I failed. It's not working because I'm a failure. It's not working because I'm bad at keeping house. There's so many things about tending to a home that many of us, including myself, were not taught. I was never really taught how to cook, was never taught how to clean properly. There's no manual for parenting, right? So there's so many things we don't know how to do, but society and our brains make us think like it's our fault, right? If I'm not doing them well, it's my fault. But instead, I want you to ask yourself the big question today. What does my home need to work on? And it doesn't always have to be you doing it. Your home CEO goals can include the family helping out as well. And again, when you start to say, what does the home need? I think it changes the way we look at it. It's not what does Cara have to put on her plate? It's what do we need to do as a whole? The second goal, those are project-based ones. So your home might need to declutter the garage or the basement. Your home might be working on a renovation project somewhere. Your home might be creating a meal plan for the entire month. What are the project-based things your home needs to enroll in? Our third type, these are our habit and our routine-based things. And again, I feel like a lot of this tends to fall on our plate. We have our morning routine in my house. I've taught my kids it. Now my kids know how to do it. But a bulk of the teaching fell on me. I don't know what the dynamics look like in your home, so I'm not going to pretend. But I just want to remind you that even if a bulk of it is falling on you, it doesn't mean that a percentage of it can't fall on other people. And it should fall on other people as well. You cannot be the home 100% of the time. And I'm hoping by using the word home today, something's clicking in your brain that you're like, wait a minute, I'm not my home, right? I'm not those baseboards that I haven't dusted in forever, right? I'm not the shower that needs to get scrubbed or the pile of laundry. Those are home tasks that other people can help with as well. So speaking of laundry, let's talk about habit-based goals. What are some habit-based goals that your home needs to work on? The laundry routine, the morning routine, the cleaning routine. These are all things that the home needs to improve. And one of the things that I think is also really cool is when you step out into this home CEO role, I want you to walk around your house today when we're thinking of goals. And I want you to look around and just ask yourself, if this was not my home, right? I did not live here. What are some things that I would pull out as goals? And I want you to look at them as an observer and not emotionally attached to it. Because when we're looking at things in that emotional attachment piece, right? Then it becomes me. I failed. Oh my gosh, I still haven't decluttered this buffet. I haven't, like my junk drawers, friends, they're a mess, right? But I'm not a mess. The drawers are a mess. Think of the language there, right? The laundry routine needs some work, not I need some work, not it's my fault. It's not happening. Okay. I want you to think of it that way. The final goal your home needs to make, these are the learning goals. It's the fourth one, right? Numerical, project, habit, and learning. Now, this one might fall on you, but the learning goals around your home include what skills do I need to work on? Like I took and bought a cleaning class. I've paid for meal plans or meal planning courses. I've listened to podcasts on decluttering. What learning does the home need here's the question, in order to make my goals happen? What learning does the home need? All right. So I want you to think through that a little bit. Now, here's the thing also. We talked about the difference already between the personal goals and the home goals, right? Home goals are what the home needs. Now I want you to think about where do you fit it in your time? I teach a themed time blocking method. And one of the things we always say is you make a theme for when things are going to happen. And your theme isn't saying this is the only thing that's happening during that time. Your theme is saying this is when I'm going to work on that. So again, back up. I'm the home CEO, right? When will my home CEO task time be? Go through your week, and it doesn't have to be the same every single day. You can have one home CEO task time. You might have multiple. I have 3 days a week where I have home CEO tasks. And these are typically like I do laundry 3 days a week. So it's like, that's when I do the laundry. That's when I might work on like a home project. I do work on some of our routines, like the dishes, but in my home, like me or my husband, whoever is there, someone will load the dishes. It's not always on me. My husband tends to make dinner more than I do, type of a thing. So we split those, but there are other home projects I take on. So when I'm planning it out, I make sure I have home tasks. The other thing you're going to want to make sure that you have, though, is you're going to want to make sure you have kind of like an administrative time. So going back to thinking of your home like a business, I have admin time once a week. Now, I have thought catcher time. That's separate. We have different episodes on that, but my admin time is different. Admin time is when I go to my command center and I pull the little thing off my command center that has all the papers in it from the week. And I go through all the papers. I fill out all the forms. I put all the dates in the calendar. Admin time might be when I make the phone calls to the doctor and things like that. So as a home CEO, not only do you want to make sure you have time blocks for projects and habits, etc., but you want to also make sure you have an admin time. Having an admin time once a week allows you to not feel like you have to do it every day. So I do it Fridays. Fridays, we tend to have little to no activities. It's like our one off day, we family movie night, etc. Now at the holidays, it's not the case. We actually have lots of Friday plans, but I still do it Friday after school because for us and our family, the way we deal with tech is that my kids can't have tech until about 5 o'clock, right? We have dinner at 5 and then they're allowed tech during the school week. On Fridays and the weekends, we don't really have tech rules. And so because we don't have tech rules Friday, my kids tend to be like, let me go watch some tech right away, which gives me time to be an admin. So all during the week, we get the papers home for all the little things we have to remember. I put them in the one section in the command center. And then Fridays, I go through it all together. If I was like, every day I'm going to handle this, it would take up time every day. But instead, I batch it on Fridays. And therefore, I'm not taking so much time out of every single day to go through the paperwork and to figure it out. It's actually using less time and less brain space doing it once a week. So I recommend finding your time. When is your admin time? And then also thinking, again, as the home CEO and your team, right, are your family members. What role do all of them play? I mentioned my husband. He's the COO, right? Sometimes he's, the CFO as well, like where I'm involved in our finances, but he does the bulk of the bill paying. And then I have my kids, right? Department managers and whatever department I want to give them, right? I don't look at them as employees. I look at them as part of the team. And I think that language is important. So once a month, have a home CEO meeting. Bring the family in and say, hey, what are some things we want to work on in the home? These are some projects that I have. These are some things like my daughter wants to redo parts of her bedroom. Okay, cool. That's something we want to do in the home. Hey, my kids all summer were doing the laundry. I don't know what happened. I feel like I got injured in September and now I'm back to doing everybody's laundry. I'm not sure how it happened, but the laundry is happening again, right? For me, we got to bring that routine back. These are some areas we need to work. Look at your home as a business. Again, it's not you. You are not the problem here. The problem is you just need to fix some of the things in the home. And I think what that will also do is eliminate some of the shame that comes with feeling like I'm failing my family because my house isn't fulfilling this need. My house doesn't look this way. My house isn't, doing this during mealtime. The home needs to have its goals, and you do too. And you need goals that are not just rooted in improving your home. And that's important, right? We want to work on these things. We want to have goals around the home, but you are your own entity. You are your own person. And I'm wondering, in 2023, were your goals more towards your home or you? One of the things I've really tried to pick up this year is hobbies. And I go out with my friends more and I just do more stuff for me because I had this mindset shift of all of my quote personal goals, or the way I was looking at personal goals, were home related. And I'm not my home. I deserve to have goals around the books I want to read and the crafts I want to do and my friends and things that light me up. Doing laundry doesn't light me up. It's a task I have to get done in a role that I play. It's not who I am. Show notes, they're going to be over at apurposedrivenmom.com/podcast 385. This is a new concept that we're teaching. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm over on Instagram at A Purpose Driven Mom. Check out the YouTube channel. Hello, if you're watching over on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit subscribe. And listen, if you're not in our 2024 planning challenge, I want you to come over. We kicked off today, 1 p.m., but all the replays are there. It's $27 at purposedrivenmom.com/2024 planning. And know that next week, Friday, we'll be opening up doors for the final cohort. Our winter cohort of the Purpose Driven Mom Club. So if, you spent this year feeling like your goals were all home goals and you need some help figuring out how to reclaim the ones for you, you're going to want to go to a purposedrivenmom.com/club. That's our waitlist page. Get on the waitlist now. Doors will open on Friday and they close next Thursday, the 21st. This is a great gift to give to yourself. But if you can have a chance to win, if you come to the planning challenge, we're giving a free year membership away. It's a $697 value, $67 a month to be a club member. We'd love to see you there. Have a wonderful day and we'll chat soon.